Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So today we are going to start the integrated current affairs series for the year of 2024-25. Now this series is going to be beneficial for Bpsc 71st examination and the UPPSC 2025 examination. Other than that, other state PSC has also been covered. Now what is the method to do? Now in this integrated current affairs series, we link the current affairs to the static point so that a mind map is created in your mind which is going to help you revise these topics efficiently. So let us start with the first thing here. Now the first current affair is about the goldfish. Now the goldfish was recently declared the state fish of Gujarat. Now this is very important. Now other than this goldfish, you need to know some of the other facts as well. First of all, you need to know that Gujarat has the longest coastline. Gujarat has the longest coastline, and if I talk about the coastline, recently in past 15 days, new revised coastline of India, which was around 7,900 something, which was previously recorded, it has been revised to 11,098.8 kilometer. So this 11,098 kilometer is the new coastline of India, in which the Gujarat state has the longest coastline. Other than that, other facts that you need to know about Gujarat is that Sir Creek. Now this Sir Creek is in the area of Run of Kutch. Now it forms the border of the Gujarat state with Pakistan. Now other state you will well know which Indian state shares border with Pakistan. So this you will know. Now Gujarat में जो area share करता है, that is Run of Kutch. Now if I am talking about international boundaries here, let me give you an idea about some of the international boundaries. Now let us see about international boundaries. Now the first one you will know about the Radcliffe line. This Radcliffe line forms the boundary between India and Pakistan. Next is the McMahon line. This McMahon line forms the boundary between India and China. It is an international boundary. Next, if we talk about some of the international boundary lines, then one of his is Maginot line. This Maginot line forms the international boundary between France and Germany. Other than that, if I talk about Manor High line, it forms the boundary between Russia and Finland. Now all of these facts are very much important. Okay, you need to know if you are giving examination, the state PSC examination, anything can be asked. Okay. Next is blue line is very much in news. Why? Because the conflict that is going on in the Middle East between Israel and Iran. So this blue line is the boundary between Lebanon and Israel. Okay, so these international boundaries you definitely need to know about. Now if I talk about the state fish, goldfish is of Gujarat. Now other states having their state animals, if I talk about, so Punjab and Andhra, these both states have black buck as its state animal. Now if I talk about Assam here, Assam ka, if I talk about the state animal, it is Indian rhinoceros. Now Indian rhinoceros, you would know it is found in the Kaziranga National Park. Now एक point आपको यहाँ पे पता होना चाहिए that the largest density, if I talk about density of the Indian rhinos, it is in the Pobitoda. The highest density of Indian rhino is in Pobitoda Wildlife Sanctuary and not Kaziranga. ये point आपको पता होना चाहिए, ठीक है. Next, if I talk about Himachal Pradesh, and Ladakh, both of these states have snow leopard as its state animal. Okay. Next, if I talk about Rajasthan, so there is Chinkara, and if I talk about Sikkim, so red panda is the state animal of Sikkim. So I have explained you many of the facts which were related to this. ये current affairs तो cover हो ही गया, साथ में साथ I have also taught you about some of the static points as well. Okay. Now let's move to the second point here. Now the second point is Tiger Triumph is the naval exercise that is conducted between India and USA. Now, which are some of the other exercises that are conducted? Now, between India and USA, if I talk about, there is an exercise called Vajra Prahar. Next in line is the exercise Yudh Abhyas. Now these two exercises are conducted between India and USA, and the third one is Tiger Triumph that I have told you. Now between India and Mongolia, now the name of exercise is Nomadic Elephant. This is conducted between India and Mongolia. Exercise Varun is conducted between India and France. Exercise Kazind is conducted between India and Kazakhstan. Now you will tell me exercise Surya Kiran is conducted between India and which country, and exercise Maitri is conducted between India and which country. These two questions you will tell me in the comment section. Let us see how much you have revised. Okay. Now regarding USA, you would know that in 2024 elections took place and the 47th president of the USA is Donald Trump. Also, you need to know about the party that he belongs to. So Donald Trump belongs from the Republican Party. In addition to that, if I talk about the vice president of the USA, he is J.D. Vance. Recently, he visited India only at the time when the most tragic incident in Pahalgam took place. Okay? So you need to know about these 2 points as well. Let's now talk about the environmental current affairs, which is the Ansupa Lake, Tampara Lake, which has been recently seen in news, are in which state. Now these sites have been recently designated as a Ramsar sites. Okay, that is why this becomes important, and one question is going to be asked from this area. Now Ansupa Lake and Tampara Lake is in Odisha. Now in addition to that, in Odisha there is a place known as Bhubaneswar. Now what regarding Bhubaneswar? So the first rice ATM was inaugurated in the Bhubaneswar last year. Other than that, Pravasiya Bharatiya Sammelan was also conducted here in Bhubaneswar. Other than that, there was a Simlipal. There is a Simlipal Wildlife Sanctuary which is recently designated as a national park. So Simlipal National Park, this is in Odisha. Also, why is this Simlipal famous? Because the tiger, a type of tiger that is known as melanistic tiger. Now this melanistic tiger is only found in this Simlipal National Park. So this you need to know. Now if I talk about some of the other Ramsar sites, now Odisha में एक और जगह है, एक और there is one more place which you need to know is about Satkosia Gorge. Now this Satkosia Gorge is also there in Odisha, and Odisha में ही there is Hirakud Dam. Okay. Now Odisha में there is a place which is known for the turtles nesting point. Now what is the name? Okay, I will tell you the name of the turtle. There is olive ridley turtle. Mass nesting of this turtle takes place in Odisha. Now at which coast it takes place, this you will tell me in the comment section. Now I am going to tell you about different Ramsar sites. Now about Ramsar, the Ramsar Convention is related to the wetlands, and this Ramsar Convention was signed in the year 1971. Now Ramsar is what? So Ramsar is a place in Iran where this treaty was signed. Now some of the recently added Ramsar sites, Odisha, I already told you, Ansupa and Tampara Lake. Other than that, there is a site in Sikkim, and this is very very important, and it is going to be asked in the examination. There is a site known as Khiechio Palari wetland. This is in Sikkim. Other than that, if I talk about Jharkhand, GH means Jharkhand, so Udhwa Lake is in Jharkhand. Other than that, Tawa Reservoir, this Tawa Reservoir is in MP. Pala wetland, very very much important, and it has also been asked in the examination. This Pala wetland is in Mizoram. Other than that, if I talk about Nagi Nakti, this is a wildlife sanctuary of Bihar. Now, for those who are preparing for the BPSC, the first tiger reserve is in West Champaran, that is Valmiki Tiger Reserve. You will tell me where is the proposed second tiger reserve of the state will open in which state, in which district. Okay, this you will tell me in the comment section. For this question is for those who are preparing for BPSC exclusively. Now next is about the statue of valor is dedicated to Lachit Borkhofen. Now why I have added this question? Because many of the statues recently were inaugurated. So these questions become very much important. So this statue of valor is dedicated to Lachit Borkhofen. Now this is important. Why this is important? Because this is related to Assam. And regarding Assam, this Lachit Borkhofen was a very famous, and if to say this in the right words, he was the most famous ruler of Ahom dynasty, most famous ruler of the Ahom dynasty. Now this Ahom dynasty is situated in Assam. Other than that, you need to know who was the founder of this dynasty. So the founder of Ahom dynasty was Sukhafa was the founder of Ahom dynasty. Next important point is about Battle of Saraighat. Battle of Saraighat. Now, this was a war in which the Ahoms defeated the Mughal. In Battle of Saraighat, Ahoms defeated the Mughal. And which Mughal ruler did they defeat? It was Jahangir. Okay. Now, from the current affairs point of view, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, UNESCO World Heritage Site was designated to the Ahom dynasties Charaidev Maidan. Now this Charaidev Maidan was a burying site of the Ahoms. So that is why I have included this question, because this becomes very much important. Now other than that, I will tell you the various statues that were inaugurated in the past 2 years, ताकि आपको confusion ना हो. ठीक है. Now the first statue that is I am going to talk about is statue of oneness. Statue से तो आप समझ ही जाना. Statue of oneness. Now this statue of oneness is related to Shankaracharya. And where what was it inaugurated? It was inaugurated in Omkareshwar. Also the largest floating the largest floating plant was also solar floating plant was also inaugurated in Omkareshwar, and this is in MP. Next after statue of oneness, there was statue of equality. Now this statue of equality is related to Ramanuja, and it is situated in Hyderabad, which is in Telangana. Now one more point I would like to mention, that Telangana as a state was made in the year 2014 from the separation of Andhra Pradesh. Also Hyderabad has become the permanent capital of Telangana, whereas on the other hand the capital of Andhra Pradesh is Amravati. ये आपको पता होना चाहिए. Now if we talk about this third statue that is in news, it is Statue of Unity. ये आपको पता ही होगा. This is related to Vallabhbhai Patel, and it is in Gujarat. Okay. Now one more point, if I talk about the capital, one more point that you need to know about is Assam's second capital. Now which is designated as Assam's second capital? It is Dibrugarh. Okay, it has become the Assam second capital. So this you also need to know. Also the first Ganga River dolphin has been tagged in the state of Assam only. Okay, now these are the most important points. I hope you are catching these points. So technically, so if we see, we have already completed 4 current affairs here, but we have covered more than 50 plus questions till now. Okay, so if you want the annotated PDF, you can contact me on the Telegram for this. And if you want this simple PDF, this will be uploaded on the Telegram channel after this, after the video goes live. Okay, let's see now the next thing. This is about the panda diplomacy. Now the panda is very critically endangered species. It is a mammal. and it is related to which country? So this panda diplomacy is related to China. Now regarding China, you need to know about some of the facts. First of all, about the just a second. First of all, about Tiangong. Now Tiangong is the space station which was launched by China. Okay, this you need to know about. Secondly, if I talk about the first rank in the production of rare earth elements, now the China has the first rank in the rare earth elements. Okay, now rare earth elements, in total there are 16 rare earth elements. Okay, so this is the information that I'd like to know, or I'd like you to know about the China. Let's now move to the next fact, that is Luang Prabang was recently declared as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is situated in which country? So this is situated in the Laos. Also, you need to know about Laos that ASEAN summit was conducted here. ASEAN summit of 2024 was conducted in Laos. Other than that, a major river that flows through Laos is Mekong River, which forms the international boundary between Laos and Thailand. ठीक है, this Mekong River forms the international boundary between Laos and Thailand. Now ASEAN का यहाँ पे जिक्र हुआ है, तो you should know about ASEAN. Now ASEAN first Asian summit was conducted in 1967 only. ठीक है, these are some of the important points. Now other than that, World Heritage Site, I told you about Charaidev Maidan of Assam and Shanti Niketan in West Bengal. These were also designated the World Heritage Site status. Okay, now if I have talked here, okay, let us cover it in another point. Let's now move ahead. Now this is regarding the 19th non-aligned movement. NAM was held in Kampala, Uganda. Now this NAM is very much important this year because the 19th summit was held at Kampala, Uganda. Okay, so what was the theme? Let's cover the theme also here. The theme was deepening cooperation for shared global affluence. This was the theme of NAM summit. Okay, now this NAM was formed in the year 1961 in a place known as Belgrade. Okay, this you also need to know. Other than that, if I talk about the member country, there are total 120 countries. Now if we have talked about summit here, we should know about some of the summits that were held in 2024. Okay, now I will also discuss the summits of 2025. Now Quad summit of 2024, if it is asked in examination, it was conducted in USA. The 2025 Quad summit is going to be conducted in India. In addition to that, if I talk about the BRICS summit, the BRICS summit of 2024 was conducted in Russia. And in which place in Russia? The place is known as Kazan. And if I talk about the 2025 BRICS summit, it is going to be conducted in Brazil. Okay. Now these are the two important things. Now if I talk about the SCO summit, it was conducted in Kazakhstan. Now if Kazakhstan mein kahan? Then Astana. Okay, so these are some of the important summits that were conducted that you need to know. Let's now move to the next point. It is about the world's largest producer of opium. Who is the largest producer of opium? So Myanmar is the world's largest producer of opium. Other than that, Myanmar, there were massive earthquake that was there in Myanmar. Now you need to tell me what was the name of the operation. What was the name of operation that was conducted by India to help the people of Myanmar and Thailand? Okay, this you need to know. Let's now move to the next point. It is about the Starship. Starship is the launch vehicle of which company? No, it is of the SpaceX. Now SpaceX is owned by what? So it is owned by Elon Musk. What is the other companies that are known by Elon Musk and which are in news? Tesla, you will know about Tesla, you already know. And Neuralink. Now Neuralink is essentially a chip which has been successfully implanted in a person who was suffering from Alzheimer's disease, and this chip is said to be beneficial for Alzheimer's disease as well as Parkinson's disease. So SpaceX is very much important this year. Also, there is an internet facility, a broadband facility that is being provided by the SpaceX company, which is known as Starlink. It is a constellation of satellite which is often seen in the northern parts of India as well. Okay, there is, if you visit this Starlink website now, you will see there when the this constellation of satellite will be seen by your naked eyes. Okay, this just moves around the earth, so this is important. Other than that, if I talk about some of, let's talk about some of the other space missions here. Now, if I talk about Europa Clipper, this Europa Clipper is a space mission to Jupiter, Jupiter's largest moon, which is Ganymede. Now, this is another important point that is that you need to know, is that Ganymede is the largest moon of the Jupiter. So, this Europa Clipper is a mission of European Space Agency. If I talk about some of the space missions of ISRO, so let me point it out. Aditya L1 was a space mission to Sun. Other than that, ExpoSat was also a space mission of ISRO. So these two, Gaganyaan तो आपको पता ही है. Also, a current affair which is in news is Axiom 4 mission. Now this Axiom 4 mission is headed by an Indian Air Force pilot, Shubhanshu Shukla, and he is going to become the second Indian to visit space after Rakesh Sharma, who was the first Indian to visit the space. Okay, this Axiom 4 mission is very, very important. Other than that, if I talk about the first space tourist, so the name is Gopi Thotha Kuda. He is the first Indian space tourist. Okay, now I guess I have covered many points here. Let's now move to the next point, which is about the Asian Buddhist Summit. This was held recently in New Delhi. Let's now move to the next thing, that is India's first writers village was inaugurated in Thano village. Now this is very, very important. This can be asked in the examination. So India's first writers village was inaugurated in Dehradun. Also in Dehradun there is an military academy, IMA. This is in Dehradun. Other than that, you will tell me in the comment section what does the word Doon means. Okay, this is related to the geographical point of view, so this will tell me. Now if we are talking about here the Dehradun, let me give you an idea about a recent treaty which is very much in news, that is Indus Water Treaty of 1960. Now this treaty was signed between India and Pakistan, and the rights to use the water of different rivers. Now the Pakistan was given the authority to use the water of Indus, Chenab and Jhelum, whereas India has the right to use the water of Ravi, Beas and Satluj. Now all of these rivers are concerned with the Indus drainage system. ये आप रिवाइज कर लेना अपने ज्योग्राफी में, ठीक है. Now if I am talking about the rivers here, you need to know Himachal Pradesh में on river Beas there is Pong Dam. You will tell me in the question in the comment section about the Baglihar Dam. On which river this Baglihar Dam is situated? This you will tell me in the comment section. Let's now move to the next question, next current affair, that is which is the most expensive country in the world by the cost of living? This is Monaco. This as an vague point I have added. इस तरह के क्वेश्चन भी पूछ लिए जाते हैं. Next is about who releases the Rule of Law Index. The World Justice Reports releases it. Now, if I talk about Gender Equality Index, तो of 2025 it has been released and India has significantly dropped its gender gap index में 131st इंडिया का रैंक है. So this is very concerning thing on India's part. So ये आपको पता होना चाहिए. ठीक है. Now I will make a question in which I will cover all of the reports at one place. ठीक है, वो मैं एक क्वेश्चन में कर दूंगा. अभी लेट्स नॉट मेक दिस वीडियो वेरी मच लेंदी. I will try to keep this video beneath 30 minutes so that it is going to help you a lot in your revision when you have your lunch or dinner etc. And revision के लिए it will be very beneficial if we have a 30-minute session, not an hour long session, because I can cover those all the things that are being talked in that are being taught in around 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours में जो चीज़ पढ़ाते हैं लोग, मैं I can cover it in 30 minutes. I'm sure about that. Now next is Naseem Al Bahar exercise is conducted between India and Bahrain. Now this is a new type of exercise. अगर आपको पता होगा तो आप यहाँ से derive कर सकते हो. BAH stands for Bahrain. So this exercise is conducted between India and Bahrain. Now in addition to that, other exercises that I have told you, we have already revised many of that. Next is India's first drone city is located in. This is located in Andhra Pradesh. Now the capital of Andhra Pradesh is Amravati. In addition to that, Andhra Pradesh is the largest producer of asbestos. ठीक है. Now if we are talking about Andhra Pradesh, this is on the eastern coast. पता ही होगा आपको. And eastern coast में हमारे इंडिया के क्या है? कोरोमंडल कोस्ट. कोरोमंडल कोस्ट. Now if I talk about the western coast, this is Malabar. ठीक है, ये आपको पता होना चाहिए. Now the Western Ghats, if we talk about Western Ghats, where does the Western and Eastern Ghat meets? तो ये नीलगिरी में मीट करते हैं. And which is the largest peak of नीलगिरी? It is डोडा बेटा. Now you will tell me in the comment section कि Western Ghats की highest peak कौन सी है. Western Ghats की highest peak कौन सी है? This you will tell me in the comment section. ठीक है, यहाँ पे हमने थोड़ा सा geographical part को revise कर लिया. Now Gulf of Mexico तो आपने सुना होगा, है ना. Now recently Gulf of Mexico को, as after the Donald Trump became the president of the United States, he named the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America. Now this is a new day which is marked, so obviously USA is a superpower, so ये क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. Gulf of America Day will be celebrated every year on 9th of February. ठीक है. Feb में एक Wetlands Day भी सेलिब्रेट होता है. You are going to tell me in the comment section when is the Wetland Day celebrated. ठीक है, Feb में ही होता है वो भी. Next is about M23 rebels recently seen in news belongs to which country? So these rebels, M3 rebels, are belong to the area of Democratic Republic of Congo. Other than that, Houthis का पता होना चाहिए. These Houthis rebels are from Yemen. ठीक है. If I talk about Hezbollah is a faction that is continuously carrying terrorist activities in Israel, and it operates in which place? It operates in Lebanon. ठीक है. Now आने वाली वीडियोस में I will make you revise whole of the West Asia plus the Middle East का जो भी रीजन है, I'll make you revise through the ऐसे ही माइंड मैप से. ठीक है, तो ये सीरीज़ कंटिन्यू होने वाली है, इन विच आई एम गोइंग टू कवर 500+ क्वेश्चंस ऐसे. एंड इफ़ वी टॉक अबाउट स्टैटिक इन्फॉर्मेशन एंड ऑल, 3000+ फैक्ट्स एंड टॉपिक्स में कवर कर दूंगा. ठीक है. सो लेट्स नाउ मूव टू द नेक्स्ट थिंग, दैट इज़ AI एक्शन समिट वाज होस्टेड बाय फ्रांस, एंड इसको लीड इंडिया भी कर रहा था. ठीक है. Now if I talk about the voice of the Global South Summit. So this voice of the Global South Summit was recently held in India, and India and France ने jointly एक और initiative शुरू किया था which is International Solar Alliance. ठीक है. Now this, इसका हेडक्वार्टर कहाँ है? इसका हेडक्वार्टर हमारे इंडिया में ही है. एंड इन विच प्लेस इन इंडिया? दिस यू आर गोइंग टू टेल मी इन दी कमेंट सेक्शन. फ्रांस से इंडिया ने फ्रांस से राफेल जेट्स लिए हैं. ठीक है, ये तो आपको पता ही होगा. सो दिस इज़ ऑल रिगार्डिंग फ्रांस. Next is India's largest green ammonia plant was inaugurated at, it was inaugurated at Gopalpur in Odisha. ठीक है. Next is the city of Marseille situated in the France. Now with this let's end this. 30 minutes की वीडियो हो गई है. I hope कि this video would have been very much beneficial for you. अगर beneficial लगी हो तो do like this video and comment करके बताना. PDF आपको टेलीग्राम चैनल पे मिल जाएगी एंड यू इफ़ यू हैव एनी क्वेरीज यू कैन स्ट्रेट अवे ड्रॉप दैट इन द टेलीग्राम चैनल. सो थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग, कीप स्टडिंग एंड ये कंटिन्यू सीरीज आने वाली है. सो वॉच दिस सीरीज एंड get benefit in your current affairs as well as the static portion. Okay, so till then keep studying and thank you for watching.